Have you ever been frustrated when shopping online to find the product you want is cheaper to buy from another country's website, but they don't deliver to where you live? Well, this is one of the problems Europe's policymakers are trying to tackle by updating existing consumer rights legislation. They want to make it easier for businesses to trade across borders, while at the same time updating rules to ensure the consumer is protected and can buy at competitive prices. The internet has revolutionised the way people shop. 150 million internet users in Europe buy online, but only 7% of those people shop across borders. And the problem is not limited to online trade. Currently, if a business wants to sell and deliver its products abroad, it faces the costs of conforming with 27 different sets of rules in each of the EU's member states, a situation which is particularly difficult for SMEs. German EPP Group member Andreas Schwab has been tasked with writing a resolution expressing Parliament's views on a new directive on consumer rights. He has organised a hearing in Parliament to hear the views of those stakeholders involved, both businesses and consumers. The challenge is to harmonise legislation across the EU without decreasing levels of consumer protection in those countries whose rules afford buyers a higher level of protection. Consumer confidence must be increased, but without discouraging cross-border trade by driving up costs. Viviane Reding, Commissioner for Justice, Fundamental Rights and Citizenship, was at the hearing to present the Commission's proposal for merging what currently exists as 4 separate directives into an integrated package of consumer rights legislation.
Consumer rights are very high in some member states and very low in other member states. So if you do a harmonization at a medium level, the consumers in the high level protection member states will suffer. And that is not what we understand under a consumer rights directive. So we really have to see that this directive gives better rights, gives rights, for instance, on cross-border buying and selling, and gives this certainty to consumers.
The common rules proposed include the obligation for traders to provide an all-inclusive price to consumers before a sale is made, to take responsibility for loss or damage of a product before it is delivered, and to replace or repair defective goods for 2 years following purchase. They also give the right for consumers to return products bought online within 14 days without giving a reason. According to Mr. Schwab, businesses could be prepared to accept these consumer protection measures provided they are harmonised across the EU. He supports all attempts to reduce legal fragmentation, but he is not convinced that some elements of the Commission's proposal are realistic.
I try to get rid of the old proposal of the Commission and to improve and to go to a little bit another way, keeping the 4 directives as they are for the time being. They are based on minimum harmonization, and looking within the new proposal that I will present to my colleagues in June to the areas where we can find agreement on a uniform European level. That means then fully harmonized rules. And there are the points that we just raised: withdrawal rights, withdrawal periods, unfair commercial practices, unfair commercial terms, unfair contract clauses where we can find agreement.
Harmonising legislation will certainly increase consumer protection, but there are still discussions to be had on what rules should be harmonised. And EPP Group members will be fighting for a balanced approach to enable all stakeholders to benefit from the internal market. To find out more about our policies in this area, visit our website, eppgroup.eu. Thanks for watching.